We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Pallotta Hot, the perfect pepper sauce. Might be overstating it a bit, but this is the Habanero Fire Hot. So, I thought it was originally Pallotta sauces, but it's Pallotta Hot is the name, lest we be confused. And there it is in the logo as well, and we have this incredibly tiny writing that I am going to attempt to pull in for you. Okay, this is a story of the origin of the company and the sauce, which you can read on their website. I encourage you to go there. I don't know where it is here, but we will look for that. Here it is. Here's the web address. PallottaHotSauce.com. 2 L's. For the ingredients, we have tiny habanero peppers, jalapeno peppers, tomato, garlic, red wine, vinegar, fresh from the garden, spice, salt, and water. Okay, so you can see we have a lot of different things floating in here. And so I've said before in other reviews that one of the things I like in sauces, Mexican style sauces in particular, is fire roasted or smoked peppers of some kind. This, however, you can see is nothing like that. This is fresh, and it has got this gorgeous sort of brown orange color to it. You can see it almost looks a bit like a puree. Very thick, flows very slowly, and sticks pretty well. Lots of chunks of stuff in there. So let's take a little shot at this, shall we? So when they say you can taste the freshness, they are 100% on the money. I'm getting fresh tomato. I'm getting a little bit of fresh garlic, both the habanero and the jalapenos. There is something else in here I'm trying to place. I think it's a black pepper. And this sauce almost makes me rethink my earlier feelings that I should have something fire roasted or smoked in my Mexican style sauce. But not enough. It doesn't make me think that enough. I will say this is probably the best Mexican style sauce I've had all year, though. I don't think there's much doubt about that. And it is quite good. It's a very, very tasty sauce. But it makes me wish one of those two elements was there. Eating it now, I'm like, this would be perfect if they had flame roasted some nice fire roasted habaneros in there. This sauce would be borderline perfection had they gone that route. Even if they would have smoked up some habaneros, that would have been pretty nice to have in there as well. But alas, they went for fresh, and honestly, they hit it quite well. So what I've got here is I've got a couple tamales. I've got this one is a beef tamale. This one is a chicken tamales. And these are from Del Real. And these are by no means great or even honestly particularly good tamales. They're a bit dried. They come frozen. And so we're just going to, hopefully you can see it here, we're just going to blast these things here with this wonderful sauce. And look at this. I want to show you this before I try to spread it around here. Just the... this reminds me of a fresh garden salsa that I made a few times. Just with raw vegetables, like raw garlic, raw tomatoes, raw habaneros, raw jalapenos. Yeah, and you can see it's just this big, thick, chunky stuff sitting on top here. So let's spread it around a skosh. Now I'm using a lot of it because this is not a particularly hot Mexican sauce. It's such a shame because I keep thinking about what this sauce could be. It's a good sauce on its own. And I think Pallotta hit exactly what they wanted to. They wanted to hit the fresh thing, and it certainly is that. You can taste the freshness in every bit of this that you have. But I adore fire roasted. One of my favorite things is fried peppers, just fried red peppers. A little bit of batter, fry them up. And the flame roasting of habaneros to me it really puts them at their best. And I like a little smoky in my that's just my own thing in my Mexican style sauce. But I can live without that if I can have flame roasted. And it just makes me think what a shame it is that this doesn't have some element along those lines. Even the Rubios, they're I forget the name of the sauce, but it's a sauce that has the dark little flecks of pepper in it, and I love that sauce. Just that little bit of burnt, that little bit of scorch is just gorgeous to me. All right. I wish I would have had a better vehicle, a better food to match how good this sauce is. It's a very bright, very lively sauce. I really like it. What I'm thinking is the Irazu has a flame roasted habanero that doesn't really have this kind of wow factor. It's slightly, they're about the same heat, I guess, but I'm giving a lot of thought to just creating my own, blending my own Mexican style sauce by, can't get this on the fork, by just combining a bottle of this and a bottle of the Irazu fire roasted habanero. In fact, if I don't have this resolved by the end of 2020, and this should be posted, I think, before the end of the year. But if I don't have this done by the end of December, or possibly if I don't have a new standby Mexican sauce, because somehow I got caught up in that again. If I don't have that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head up to Rogers, and I'm just going to get a bottle of each and see what I can do to make that work. You'll have to keep your eye on the blog in the quarterly updates for reports about that. It's a shame. It's a really excellent sauce. Flavorful. Just wonderful. Just missing something specific to me, maybe? Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's just me. But I keep thinking about what a great grace note that would add. This, I would say, I'm liking it slightly better with the beef, but I'm not. The sauce is a star here. I mean, these are not good tamales. You know, we know a lot of us out there. We're lying if we say otherwise. We know a lot of us out there started our hot sauce journey by not trying to complement the food, but trying to mask it, cover it up, and make it palatable. And that's 100% the case here. These are the last ones I have from that company. And it doesn't seem likely I'll be getting more. They have a cheese and some sort of maybe a green chili variety, I think. But the cheese ones sound kind of interesting, but you're buying these 5 or 6 at a crack. And if the cheese aren't a whole lot better than this, and I don't think I've ever had cheese in tamales before. So I don't know how that would even be, but truly outstanding, but not, honestly, that was not a very good canvas for this type of artistry. So absolutely, if you have not tried the Pallotta Hot, go get them. They do a phenomenal job of capturing the freshness. It's actually uncanny. And I have not really run into this too much before. Usually sauces are cooked and fermented and just kind of done that whole thing with. This one, I can't imagine they didn't do this to some degree, but there's really a ton of freshness in this. It kind of blows me away. Like, they did a really, really good job with this. So if you haven't tried Pallotta Hot, encourage you to give them a try. One of their sauces. That's their big motif. Having fresh tasting stuff, but the blend here is stunning. This is one of the better settings I've had habaneros in that wasn't flame roasted or smoked. And of course, I wish those things were in there, as I said, but this is still, by its own right, just an excellent sauce. So it gets the big nod from our show here. But anyway, there it is. Pallotta Hot, habanero fire hot. Not a good name. It's not fire hot. This for me is probably around a 1, maybe slightly between a 1 and a 2. I don't think, and as I said, my hot sauce scale, people start to move away from the sauces when they start hitting 3s and higher. This one, I think you would have a lot of people that would find this certainly spicy, but I think they would find it really enjoyable as well, just because it has that freshness that's kind of unique to it as well. So, but anyway, there it is. Pallotta Hot, habanero fire hot sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.